Welcome! It's a great day to be a miner because we got some new hardware, baby. We're going to unbox this thing, go over the specs, the features, the cost, all those fun nerdy numbers. But first, let's spin that intro. All right, so here we are. We got ourselves some new hardware. Pretty exciting. So quick disclaimer first and foremost. We paid for this with our own hard-earned money, our own cold hard cash. So the opinions in this video are that of our own. So without further ado, you're probably asking, hey Alter, what's in the box? You know what time it is, baby. RGB knife. Engage. All right, so first and foremost, where did we get this? We got this from ACS Direct. We did use Mr. Voscoin's discount code to get it like extra 20 bucks off of this thing. We pre-ordered it quite a while back, and finally it has came in. They have two different variations of this. I'm sure you already know what it is because you looked at the thumbnail and the title before we ever even got started. But I digress. Yeah, so there's two different versions of this thing, and obviously we went for the higher powered version because I don't think the cost to performance ratio is, if it's not worth it to buy the cheaper model. So opening the box, that's a weird piece of cardboard or paper filler. We got our invoice on the top. We don't want to dox ourselves. So what is this? This is the ACS official Bitaxe Touch, and this is the BM1370 version, which is it says 1 terahash, but it should be the up to stock 1.2 terahash is the BM1370, which is the same as the Bitaxe Gamma, but this costs quite a bit more than the Bitaxe Gamma, and that's because it is a touch screen and a beautiful self-contained little box. So yeah, this is the Bitaxe Touch BM1370 Midnight, because they come in the silver or the Midnight edition. How is that even possible? Okay, so anyway, let's take a look and see what's in the box first and foremost. Oh yeah, right back in it. Okay, so it comes boxed really well, really nice, in a nice retail type box, sliding case. Let's get this thing opened. So we're gonna open this, unbox it. We're gonna set it up. We're gonna go over the specs, the features. We're gonna tell you the cost, where you can buy it. We'll put links down in the description in case you do decide to buy it. And we'll tell you, of course, our opinion on whether or not you should buy this. So without further ado, you open it up, and right inside it says, Chancellor on brink of second bailout for banks. The Bitcoin Genesis block was January 3rd, 2009. Okay, so we'll open this up. Nice condensed foam. I mean, this is packed pretty well. So right off the bat, right off the top, you got your foam. You got really nice looking directions that are pretty professional type directions. It has a QR code to scan right here for the quick start guide. Let's see, so that, like I said, this is the BM1370, 1 terahash, 17 watt per terahash. They also make a 1368 that is 700 gigahash at 20 watt per terahash. Of course, those numbers are plus or minus. But the cost for this makes way more sense than the 1368, in my opinion. So that's your first insert. And then right here has like a quick printed out guide that says a hash rate chart, average hash rate 1.36 terahash, expected 1.3, nameplate hash rate 1 terahash, hash rate percentage 104%, with core voltage. So this is interesting. This is almost like, I believe this is a printout, a test sheet that they probably do for each one. Again, I didn't go in buying this as a YouTube content creator. I bought it as anybody else would, so that we can give a fair assessment, and we paid full price, of course. ASIC temperature 60.8 C, fan percentage 35%. It was tested on July 1st. And they let it run an uptime of 16 hours and 9 minutes. So that's really cool. That's cool, because you often buy these things and you're wondering, did they even test these? Did they just throw it together, put it in a box, ship it out? Sometimes you get a lemon, sometimes you get just a golden chip. But this actually gives a quality testing overview. Love this ACS. Now let's see what's actually in this box that we care about. So first and foremost, they've got a European plug adapter, a couple European plug adapters. The plug, it's, oh man, a bunch of adapters. The plug itself is already pre-installed with the US type adapter. And then it says ACS Bitaxe Touch on the power supply. Let's see what the specs on this thing are. It is input 100 to 240, so you can use 240 volt, 5.2 volt, 6 amps. So this is a 6 amp, but it says 31.2 watts. Usually 6 amp means that it is because it's 5.2 volts instead of 5. So that's why it's 31.2. You take your volts multiplied by your amp, so 5.2 times 6, and you get 31.2 watts rated on this. And it looks like it uses a barrel jack connector, but it may be a slightly different size than your normal 5.5, 2.5. Yeah, so it's a little bit of a different barrel jack. All right, so that's, now let's take out the main unit, because this is what's important to us. This is what we care about. We're actually going to take care of the box because the box looks nice. All right, so first impressions. Thing is nice and heavy. Full metal shell. Feels like full metal. Maybe this, yeah, full metal shell. Nice touch screen on the front here. Pretty hefty size touch screen. On one side has a fan blowing point in. On the other side, you got a fan going out, so it's doing a pass through across the middle. Underneath it has some built-in legs that kind of stand it up at a better angle so that if it's on a desk, you can see it better. And then on the back, you have Bitaxe Touch, ACS BM1370. It has 2 inputs. You've got a USB-C, and then you have your barrel jack for your power. On the bottom, it has a serial number sticker, and that is all. That is the complete unit as you would get it in the mail. So without further ado, I think we'll go ahead and plug this thing in and do an abbreviated setup and see how easily we can get this thing up and mining. So yeah, let's do that. Let's clear all this out first. Ready? Go. And we're back. Okay, so let's do the physical setup. This is going to be a tough physical setup, and it's going to have a lot of different steps into it. So really bear with me and pay attention, because this is going to be really difficult. Okay, you got your power supply. You take your twisty top off. You plug it into the wall, and then you plug the barrel jack into the device. There's your physical setup. I told you it was going to be really in depth, really crazy hard. So we're going to plug it into our watt meter. That way we are sure to get an accurate power readout on what this thing is actually using. Okay, so let's plug this thing in and see what it does right off the boot. Screen turned white as soon as we plugged it in. Open source Bitcoin mining, ACS. It says, let's get started. Begin setup. You have a little button in the middle that says begin setup, and then you also have a scan QR code for help. So we're just going to hit the begin setup and see what it does. So as soon as I hit begin setup, it's showing you what Wi-Fi networks that it's finding, and it's not finding my main network. So I'm going to hit rescan. Now it found my main network. The only thing it was finding was a Bitaxe that's disconnected and a MagicMiner unit that's disconnected, which I thought maybe it's the MagicMiner crypto tracker that we just gave away. So it does show my main Wi-Fi, so I'm going to click it, and then it's going to ask for the password for it. So I'm going to click it, and when I do, it gives me a on-screen keyboard, which is kind of small, so you got to use your little finger and pretend or be really precise with what you're clicking. All right, so now we've got our Wi-Fi set up. We had to take a little break, but we got our Wi-Fi set up and it connected to the device. The next screen, it's actually giving us our BTC payout address, and it says publicpool.io. So we need to input our BTC payout address, and that's going to be kind of painful because you have to type this thing in by hand, but you are using a little mini keyboard, a touch keyboard. So, but you know, Bitcoin address, that's a lot of digits, a lot of characters. So we're gonna go get our Bitcoin address that we want for this item to mine to on public pool, and then we're gonna come back and input it, and we'll be right back. Let's just make it happen. Okay, so now once you've manually typed in that long BTC address, which it takes a little while, the keyboard is quite responsive, but switching between the numbers and going back to the alpha characters, your letters, back and forth, it does take a little bit of time to punch that in, and make sure that you're punching it in right, because after you punch it in, that's a really long number if you have to redo it again. So then we're going to hit confirm, and then it's saying checking address. So let's see what that does next. There it goes. Okay, now it says the status bar icon. It says our temp, our fan speeds, and our uptime says 1 minute and 55 seconds. ASIC temp 58, voltage 5.2, RPMs 2000. Probably can't see it too well, but we'll try to get a look at the camera. We'll zoom it in and see what we get. So yeah, and then it says our Wi-Fi must be connected or wouldn't be mining. So now let's just click through and see what else we can find here. It says tap the Wi-Fi symbol, which is up in the top right. And then when you type it, it actually gives the IP that this is connected to, which is cool because then I can go to the web browser and go check it out. And then it has the SSID that it's connected to as the main screen. So that's the Wi-Fi tab on the bottom. There's a Wi-Fi, a screen, a preset, a theme, a time, and a save. So we'll just we'll get the camera up close here, and we'll just kind of flip through these here in a minute. So Wi-Fi, and then we've got our screen. So when you go to the main screen, which is kind of cool, when we hit home, at the very top, it says the Bitcoin price, the power usage, 15.7 watts, 988 gigahash, so right under 1 terahash, 65 C, and it is about 80 Fahrenheit in here, so I expect this thing to get a little warm. We'll go check that out, and then you can turn up the brightness. So let's go back to our stuff here. On the left column, you've got your home button. You've got a little bar graph that shows your hash rate over time, and it's on public pool. Then you've got your little pickaxe, that's your mining. That shows the ASIC temp, fan speed, uptime, voltage. And then you've got a little gear for settings. And the settings, you've got a Wi-Fi tab, a screen tab where you can turn up and down the brightness. You've got a preset. So currently it fired up on balance mode, which I don't think I would want to go on the turbo mode when it's this hot in here, because I don't want to overheat this guy. It's already up to 65 C. You've got a theme tab, which is interesting. So the theme tab, you've got 3 different themes: ACS, default, Bitaxe, red, solo mining. And again, we're just going to flip through these here in a minute. And then you've got a time zone that you can select your time zone, and then a save button. All right, so here is our home screen. You can hit this little B here, and it switches between the block height and the actual Bitcoin price, the network hash rate, and all the fun Bitcoin stats. We can hit this little bar graph. It will show our current hash rate, and you can see I'm at just over 1 terahash. At the top, we've got Bitcoin price, we've got our power usage, we've got our hash rate, temperature of the ASIC, and the brightness of the screen, and our Wi-Fi buttons. So those are all really cool. Now let's try the little mining. So there is what it's currently stats on mining. Let's click that again, or click the settings rather. So we have a Wi-Fi tab, which I'm going to skip because it shows my Wi-Fi and IP, which the IP is local IP, so I'm not too worried about it. Probably not really worried about the Wi-Fi either, but we're not going to show it, but that's what that tab is. Then you've got screen, and this is where you can adjust your brightness. It does get pretty bright. It's going to be hard to show on camera. But we're going to keep it down here a little bit less than half. Then we've got our presets. This is where you actually change your mining mode. So this is balance mode. We've got turbo mode, quiet mode. So obviously quiet's going to be the lowest hash rate, middle hash rate, full hash rate. We'll show you those at the end of the video so we can actually tell you how much each does. Then you've got your theme selection. So So there's the theme preview. Let's try the, this is the ACS default. Let's try the red and see what it looks like. Ooh, the red does look kind of good. This is just a preview over here because it hasn't been set. Once you set it, then it'll turn everything that color. Let's try the Solo Mining C Company. That looks kind of good too because it's the white and black. Let's try, well, before we save it, we'll go to the next tab. We got theme tab, time zone, so you can set your custom time zone, and then you can save it. But let's go back to theme, and let's save it with the new theme and see what it does. Double check the settings, and we're just gonna hit save. This is also where you can factory, oops, let's move my finger and see if we can get back focused here. There it is. So there's also a factory reset here on the save tab, but we're just gonna hit save with the new theme and see how it does. And then it says waiting to send settings. Now, oh, so it actually triggers a restart just to change your theme, which, whatever. Now we gotta wait for it to go all the way back through restart under the new theme, but see, the Solo Mining Company is the new theme. So kind of like the orange. Yeah, it's got more of an orange and white. I actually like this theme better than the ACS. Let's click some of the tabs. There's our hash rate. It's not registering yet because it's still firing back up. Yeah, I just like the theme, the look of this theme a little bit better. Personal preference, I suppose. Brightness settings really doesn't change it all that much. I mean, maybe at nighttime you would have a big difference and you could actually notice it more. So yeah, there's all of our screens. Let's talk about this thing. Well, there she is up close and beautiful. This is really a really cool piece of technology. Again, it hashes about the same as a normal Bitaxe Gamma because it's using the same BM1370 chip. Using a similar power. I do love that it has fans on each side, so it kind of creates like a pass-through on this device and to try to keep it cool, which it needs it with the additional shell compared to, say, a Bitaxe, regular Bitaxe where it's open air and blowing straight onto the chips. But this is sleek. This is a sleek design. It's a solid, nice design case. Just really well built. The touch screen is beautiful. This is more of a, you sit right next to a really, or on a nice desk and like people, you know, you have your nice professional setup with your nice clock looking device here. But yeah, there it is in all of its glory. Again, this isn't a sponsored video. I just picked one up because I love the technology. I love these little solo miners. And what about profitability? How much will this thing make you? It's a solo miner, just like any other Bitaxe. That means it probably never earns you anything because it is mining Bitcoin. But there is a chance. There is a chance. And there's a chance that someday you wake up and man, you just hit a Bitcoin block. You've got like $100,000 worth of Bitcoin randomly in your wallet and you yell, yippee yippee, thank you Altered, thank you for telling me to buy this device. And if you do hit, make sure to remember your boy Altered, and yeah, I'll send up a receiving address for you to send your boy a little something something. So yeah, there it is in all of its glory. What do you think of this device? Yes, it's going to cost you a little bit more than, say, a Bitaxe Gamma, but man, it is beautiful, it is sleek, it is a desk piece, it is a clock, man. It sits there and it does its thing, it hashes away, and it's a beautiful, sleek, professional type design. But yeah, there it is in all of its glory. If you have any questions about this, make sure to post them down below and make sure to tell us your thoughts down below. So I think that about wraps it up for today's video. If you're new to mining and need some help, make sure to join the Misfit Mining Discord. Always plenty of seasoned vets in there willing to help you out. And if you like the video, you know what to do. Smash that like button and subscribe for future content. Thanks for coming along and enjoy the ride. Enhance. All right, let's go. Come on, baby. Start mining. Papa needs some new Bitcoin blocks.